All right, so this is part two. All right, well, welcome back to Bethel Park Baseball. So we had a little bit of technical difficulties there earlier, but we're back online now. So welcome back to Bethel Park Blackhawk TV on YouTube and BPTV on cable. We get up there. So Comcast 21, Verizon 32 is where you can watch this game on cable TV, and you can anytime and anywhere on Blackhawk TV. There's no Lejeune at the plate. Bethel Park has crossed home run. So they're up 1-0. Seneca Valley went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. So we're in the bottom of the first still in Bethel Park with a lead. The pitch to Lejeune is tapped on the ground, foul. Little drops of rain just kind of spouting. Nothing too heavy, though. It looks like this game's going to be played based on the radar. It doesn't look like any heavy rain's going to hit while this game is expected to be played at Perkey Field, Bethel Park High School, just behind the building, just behind the big football, lacrosse, soccer field they got there. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball, and that'll end the inning. So for Bethel Park, 1 run on 1 hit. It was a triple, and no runners left on base. After a full inning, it's 1-0 Bethel Park leads. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball on Blackhawk TV, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. You're watching Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on BPTV, Bethel Park Public Access Television, on Comcast 21, Verizon 32 in the Bethel Park area. With Verizon having some greater reach in the Pittsburgh region. But either way, this is Bethel Park High School Baseball. Bethel Park up 1-0 over Seneca Valley in the top of the second inning. It was a rather brisk first inning for both teams, and Bethel Park was able to manufacture a run. But that pitch is fouled off. Designated hitter Durbin at the plate now. It's Callan Durbin, who's a senior on this team. It actually looks like the Seneca Valley roster has all seniors, with the exception of actually, 3 juniors on the team. They're all in the upper class range, though, for this Seneca Valley team. Another experience, and the left-handed hitter Durbin is into the box now, and he is the designated hitter for the starting pitcher Catch of Seneca Valley, Zachary Catch. Breaking ball right over the middle of the plate, strike 3 called, and down goes Durbin for the first out of this top of the second inning. So we had some technical difficulties there in the first. That's why there's a part 2 on this stream. We apologize for those technical difficulties. It's unclear exactly what happened to me because I wasn't looking, but I do know Bethel Park crossed to run over the plate in the bottom of the first inning. Unclear exactly who got those runs batted in, but between Ryan Tierney, Ryan Petrus, and Michael Bruckner, they all were able to manufacture a run. And through that first inning, not sure how many strikeouts that Ryan Walsh had on the mound, but he got through the first inning 1-2-3. Breaking ball into right center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Mike Del Duca was a senior. He is a senior, I should say, but he got that base hit into right center field. So he's aboard with Seneca Valley's first hit of the game. One out, one on. And now here's Yarusi at the plate for Seneca Valley. Number 6 hitter in the order. That's outside for a ball. He does wear number 7 on his jersey, though. It's Owen Yarusi, another one of the many seniors on this team, and he's starting this game at first base. Del Duca off first, and a pickoff attempt back safely is Del Duca. This is still early in the season for these two teams. Bethel Park had a non-section game against Cannon Mac on Wednesday, and Bethel Park won that game 11-1. That one fouled off by Yarusi. He's now down to the count, 2 strikes. Another pickoff attempt back safely is Del Duca. Two-strike pitch coming. As a matter of fact, that was not the 2-strike pitch. I had the count wrong. My apologies there. Seneca Valley, a part of Class 6A, Section 1. So this is a non-section game as well. That one is swung on and fouled back toward the screen. Bethel Park is in Class 5A, Section 2. And 4 of the 6 teams in the section have recorded wins, at least one. Connellsville and Trinity both still have 0, but Trinity doesn't have any listed games played yet. Just a bit high on that pitch to Yarusi. So it gets a little hazy with some of the schedules. Sometimes there are rainouts, sometimes games get canceled because of weather or other circumstances. Really, those section games, though, are the most important. Those ones you'll see tracked heavily because those also determine playoff status. Breaking ball right over the edge, called a strike. Yarusi down on strikes.
Now batting number 12, Nick Peralta.
So 3 strikeouts here early for Ryan Walsh. 2 outs now in the top of the second inning. It's 1-0 Bethel Park leads. And now second baseman Parado for Seneca Valley comes in as another pickoff attempt is made on Del Duca, but he's back to first base easily. That one just a bit outside, counts 1 ball, no strikes. On the number 7 hitter in Seneca Valley's order, batting from the right side of the plate, Nick Parado. Breaking ball called a strike over the outside edge. So it's Ryan Walsh on the mound for Bethel Park. As he kicks and pitches, breaking ball too low. Ryan Walsh is a 6-foot junior on this team. He was an outfielder in the game against Cannon Mac the other day, but now doing the pitching in this game. Big kick and pitch, too high. And Parado ahead in the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Bethel Park up 1-0 in the top of the second inning. Swinging a foul ball on that fastball. Go well out of play behind the backstop. So the count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the Seneca Valley second baseman. Del Duca singled with 1 out in this top of the second inning. He's the one on first base. 2 other strikeouts recorded in this bottom of the second inning, and now time called by Parado. So step out and have heavy considerations for this 3-2 pitch. Full count pitch coming. Runner goes from first, and that fastball called a strike over the knees of Nick Parado. And Ryan Walsh strikes out the side to end the top of the second inning. No runs on a hit and 1 runner left on base for Seneca Valley after an inning and a half. It's 1-0. Bethel Park leads. You're watching Bethel Park High School's Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television, Comcast 21, Verizon 32. So that radar, those forecasts have reached us. It's raining out here now at Perky Field. Just under 60 degrees. It's definitely warmer than it was a couple days ago, but it is now it's raining. So we're going to do the best we can to bring you this game without our cameras and other equipment getting in the way. But at the very least, you'll have an audio portion of this broadcast as we work through here. But Bethel Park, bottom of the second, they're up 1-0, and they've got their 5, 6, 7 hitters due up: Ethan Stanhoff, Ryan Walsh, and then Dylan Paul. Stanhoff, the catcher, and he swings and chops that one over the head of the third baseman into left field. A high chopper that was too tall for Seneca Valley's third baseman Del Duca. So that's a leadoff single for the Bethel Park catcher. And Bethel Park already up 1-0. They scored 1 run in that bottom of the first inning. They've got their leadoff runner on here. So Aaron Hoffbauer going to courtesy run for Bethel Park's catcher, Ethan Stanhoff. That's one thing you could do in high school. The pitchers and the catchers are both afforded a pinch, or not a pinch runner, a courtesy runner is what it's referred to, where whenever they reach base, you're allowed to sub a runner in for them. So Aaron Hoffbauer, the one running now, and he's attempted to be picked off at first base, but he gets back safely. Pitcher for Seneca Valley comes set and swinging a foul ball. So Ryan Walsh is pitching in this game. He's also his own designated hitter. So even if he no longer pitches in this game, he can be moved to another position or just stay at the designated hitter position, and he'll hit for whoever comes in to pitch next. So they keep him in the lineup no matter what by doing that. That's a strategy held by several high school teams when they've got a good hitting pitcher. Walsh batting here in the 6th spot in this game. Bethel Park up 1-0. There in the bottom of the second inning now, rain got a bit heavy, but now it's just starting to be a mist out here. And again, temperature is just under 60 degrees. It was a nice day when the sun's out, when the sun was out, but now it's getting a little rough. Thrown on to second is in time. Aaron Hoffbauer thrown out trying to steal second base by the Seneca Valley catcher Endos. And so the leadoff hit erased on that stolen base attempt. And so now one out, bottom of the second inning, Ryan Walsh down to the count. Pitcher comes set at the belt. Here's the pitch to Walsh. Swinging a ground ball towards shortstop, played well, and thrown to first. Ryan Walsh out at first base on the putout by shortstop Pikatowski. So that's out number 2. Bethel Park up 1-0, bottom of the second inning, and here comes their number 7 hitter in the order, Dylan Paul. Paul playing first base in this game, batting 8th. He also played first base in the game against Cannon Mac on Wednesday. Strike one called on Dylan Paul there. Bethel Park scored 9 runs between its first 2 innings in the game against Cannon Mac. This game a little more managed. Seneca Valley not letting any fires break out early in the game. Righty on righty matchup. Dylan Paul at the plate with 2 outs. Base is empty. This bottom of the second inning. Swing and a miss. One ball, 2 strike count on Dylan Paul. Both pitchers throwing strikes through these first almost 2 full innings. Swinging a foul ball. It was late on that inside fastball. I'll go well out of play down the right field line. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dylan Paul still at the plate. Seneca Valley trailing by a run. It's 1-0, bottom of the second inning. Pitch to Dylan Paul. Swinging a foul ball again, back behind home plate. So Paul stays in this plate appearance. Pitcher comes set at the belt. 1-2 coming. Check swing, and the home plate umpire says Dylan Paul committed, so that is a strikeout. And that'll end the bottom of the second inning. Bethel Park, no runs on a hit, no runners left on base after the hit was erased on the caught stealing. And after 2 full innings, it's 1-0. Bethel Park leads Seneca Valley. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball on Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access. My name is Nicholas Callis, and you're watching Bethel Park Blackhawk TV on YouTube. Also watching a simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. If you have cable or you know somebody that does, you can go to Comcast 21, Verizon 32, and watch this game. We're live right now at Bethel Park High School. March 22nd, it's a Friday, and Bethel Park has a 1-0 lead going into this top of the third inning. Bottom of the order due up for Seneca Valley. Right now it's Fowler into bat, starting against Ryan Walsh, who through 2 innings has given up no runs on a hit. So like I said, most of Seneca Valley, their rostered players are seniors. It seems that they've got the experience. Aiden Fowler is not one of those seniors, though. He's a junior on this team. He is playing right field in this game and batting 8th of 9 in the order. He takes that pitch for a ball. Seneca Valley trailing. Bethel Park got a run. They manufactured one in the first inning. Combination of Tierney, Petrus, and Bruckner drove a run home on an RBI groundout after a triple was hit. So Ryan Walsh from the windup. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball out toward right field, but that will travel beyond the boundaries of the fence and go foul. So Fowler stays alive in this plate appearance. Rain dying down a bit. It's heavily overcast up in the skies, and temperatures have dropped since the sun went away. If this game was played about an hour and a half earlier, it would have been beautiful weather. Temperatures were high, but since the rain's fallen, it's really cooled off the atmosphere at the ballpark because that pitch is fouled off again. So Fowler stays alive. Again, Bethel Park up 1-0 in this top of the third inning, and Fowler leading off for Seneca Valley. And that's ball 4, just missed below the lower outside part of the plate. First free pass issued by Ryan Walsh in this game. It puts the leadoff runner on via the base on balls. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter and left fielder, Leyendecker, for Seneca Valley. And temperatures dropped about a couple degrees since the rain's fallen. It's 56 out here as a pickoff attempt to first base, unsuccessful. Fowler back safely. Also like to give some credit, too, to Ryder and John, who are out here. John directing and Ryder running camera. And again, my name is Nicholas Callis, bringing you this game. And we are weathering the elements, and I like to give them credit as well because this one hasn't been as easy. That pickoff attempt closer to first base, but Fowler back safely. The heavy weather elements always make these tougher, though, for sure. And we didn't have to experience any of that in the winter because most sports we covered were indoors. Now that we're back in the outdoors, we've got to worry about the elements. So rain's going to be a factor here as that pitch missed for a ball. Leyendecker at the plate for Seneca Valley. And Leyendecker, a senior, enlisted as an outfielder. Play all 3 of those positions. Bunt shown, and it's popped into the air softly in front of the pitcher. Walsh plays it, throws to the second baseman covering, but it's over his head. And down is Bethel Park's second baseman, Petrus. And now a throw is well offline, stopped by Bethel Park's third baseman. It was Noah Lejeune who backed that play up well. So he kept that from going into the Bethel Park dugout, which would have given Seneca Valley more bases. But an errant throw, Ryan Walsh threw it beyond the reach of the second baseman covering. That was like Caden Flambard out there. Now he's going to walk it off. The runner, Leyendecker for Seneca Valley, ran into Flambard as he was rounding first base. Flambard had to outstretch his body to try to make a play on that ball, and it looked like he was vulnerable when he stretched out, and the runner didn't deviate from his path at all, which is fine. Just happened to collide with him, so accidents happen, and that's one of those plays, one of those strange plays that beat up a guy a little bit there for a second, but he looks like he's okay now. Flambard okay. Play stopped to make sure he's good. Now that he is, play will resume with runners at the corners. So it's Leyendecker now. Time call at a meeting at the mound. Leyendecker on first base, and Aiden Fowler made it all the way to third on that play, and now Bethel Park going to have a meeting at the mound, maybe to stall, give Flambard a little more time to relax, but also to go over some strategy. Seneca Valley establishing they're going to play small ball and bunt in this game, so perhaps some strategy being talked over here. The umpire going to go end this conference with a slow walk. It's 1-0. Bethel Park leads Seneca Valley. It's the top of the third inning, but Seneca Valley threatening to score with their top of the order coming back up as well. So it's Luke Anderton, who's a senior, playing center field in this game, and he's the one coming up to bat now. Left-handed hitter. You see him swinging just away from the plate. Nobody out yet. Runners on the corners for Seneca Valley. Top of the third inning. Anderton got out back in the first inning in his first at bat of the game. Pickoff attempt to first base. So high school rules have not yet banned the third to first pickoff move that you'll see, where the pitcher will lift his leg, fake the throw to third, and then pivot back to first base. So we may see that here, along with some other strategies that teams use with the catchers and all that. I'll explain it to you as it happens, as that one's fouled off. There's so many scenarios where the runner on first will try to steal, because if the throw makes it to second base, that gives the runner on third a more likely chance to try to score, especially with nobody out. Pickoff attempt to first, directly to first base, back safely is Leyendecker. Fowler not breaking at all. He's being conservative toward third base there on both those pickoff attempts to first base. Walsh comes set at the letters, and now the pitch is a breaking ball on the ground toward shortstop. Played by Petrus. He steps on the bag for one, throws to first, but not in time. That was Ryan Petrus, the shortstop, who stepped on the second base bag himself to force out Leyendecker. The return throw to first is not in time, so Anderson reaches on the fielder's choice, but on the play, Aiden Fowler comes around to score, and Seneca Valley has tied the game in the top of the third inning. It's 1-1 with one out and a runner on first base. Now here's the number 2 hitter, Endos. He's also the catcher of this Seneca Valley team. Runner goes from first. Breaking ball called a strike. Throw to second is accurate. Tag applied, and the out call is made. Ryan Petrus, the shortstop, getting the tag there, and a caught stealing of Anderton for the second out of this top of the third inning. Still 1-1, one run in. Base is now empty, 2 outs, with the heart of the order coming up for Seneca Valley. Creed Erdos at the plate. That pitch missed. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. That pitch in the dirt, counts 2 balls and 1 strike. I don't want to jinx it too much. The rain seemed to have subsided, just little sprinkles coming down now. The radar didn't show too much heavy rain across Bethel Park, but we did get like a 7-minute period where it was coming down pretty consistently. Grounded to Flambard at second. He fields, throws to the first baseman Dylan Paul, and that records out Erdos, and that ends the top of the third inning. 1 run scored, no hits in the inning, but there was a walk, and no runners left on base after 2.5 innings. Seneca Valley and Bethel Park tied at 1. You're watching Blackhawk TV on YouTube with the simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access, Comcast 21, Verizon 32. You're watching Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. You can watch on cable, live sports on BPTV with the help of our friends at Blackhawk TV. My name is Nicholas Callis. I'm on the BPTV side. We got a couple Blackhawk TV students here, though, helping in the production of this game. Ryder on camera and John directing, and really doing a lot of technological stuff that I could not think of on the fly here. So he deserves most of the credit for getting us on the air for this game. That one swung on and missed. Joey Levis at the plate for Bethel Park, it looks like. Caught a strike, and he's quickly down on the count. No balls, 2 strikes. I'm actually going to correct myself again. It looks like they've got some Ben Lentz, actually, that's in there now. So that actually makes sense. So not Levis, not Flambard. Levis is on deck. This is Ben Lentz, which it makes sense because Caden Flambard got hurt. He got ran over on a bunt play where he was covering first base from second as that one's fouled off. So maybe they'll re-enter him to play defense, or maybe they'll keep him out of the game. There's some options that they have, but right now it's Ben Lentz in for Flambard. He's batting now, and he's down in the count. 2 strikes on him. One fouled away. Two-strike pitch coming. Here it is. Just a bit low. Good take there by Lentz. Counts 1-2. It's 1-1. Scores tied. Bethel Park and Seneca Valley tied in this bottom of the 3rd inning of 7 regulation innings in WPIL baseball. Check swing, and the home plate umpire says he committed. So down on strikes goes Lentz. And that's out number 1.
Now batting number 12, Joey Levis.
Levis will stand in now, playing right field in this game. It was Ryan Walsh who was playing right field in that game against Cannon Mac, but since Walsh is pitching, Levis gets the opportunity to play defense and bat in 9th in this Bethel Park order. Breaking ball in there for a strike count his own. Yarusi, and that is out number 2. Score that one 3 unassisted in your book.
Now batting number 19, Ryan Tierney.
Now back to the top of the order, Ryan Tierney batting for Bethel Park. Two outs, bases empty. Bottom of the 3rd inning in a 1-1 game. Swinging a line drive out toward left field. That's going to fall in front of the left fielder. Tierney can run. He'll push it. He'll step around first base aggressively, but he'll like to go back. So a 2-out single for Ryan Tierney keeps this bottom of the 3rd inning alive. Ryan Petrus will come to the plate now and bat with 2 outs and a runner on first base. Wouldn't be surprised if Tierney tried to swipe a bag either. He's at the top of the order for a reason. He could certainly run. Here's the pitch. Too high, it's a ball. 1 ball, no strike count on Petrus. Zachary Katz still doing the pitching for Seneca Valley as that pickoff attempt to first base unsuccessful. Petrus playing shortstop and batting second in this game for Bethel Park. 1-1 tie, bottom of the 3rd inning. Swinging a foul back. And Petrus quickly down in the count. He's got 2 strikes on him. Just a mist coming down now at the ballpark with overcast skies, and temperature's still at 56 degrees. And now the pitcher catch steps off, and they'll try it again. Comes set at the belt. Pickoff attempt to first base, back safely. There's the runner Tierney at first base. 2-strike pitch coming. Here it is. Just a bit high. Count is now 1-2 on Petrus. Good pitch from Catch to throw a fastball up in the zone. A lot of the time, since the batter can see that, and they're protecting with 2 strikes, they'll chase that. But Petrus did a good job laying off. Good discipline there. Pitcher comes set at the belt. Tierney runs from first. Breaking ball right over the middle. Thrown on to second is into center field. And actually, not quite. My depth perception was off a bit there. It just bounced off the shortstop and stayed right in front of him. So not Scoop, but Tierney into second base. I'll correct myself. There was not 2 strikes on the batter, but there, I believe there is now. It is a 3-2 count on Petrus. Tierney now in scoring position. Tierney with about a 12-foot lead off the second.